Hello and welcome to the Monday Night Live show, where together we discover what's going down all around the underground scene with a focus on independent publishing. The date is 10/23/2023, and this show is brought to you by yours truly, the man broadcasting from behind the curtain. You know who I am, because if you don't know by now, you can visit www.livefreeliverich.com or simply Google this name and you can find out. How y'all doing tonight? All right. Let's see what we have up. First, we're going to slide into the first segment where I like to shine a spotlight on some books that are currently available or coming soon to an online store near you. Yes, it's true. Let's see what I have up first tonight. Looks like from Twitter, we have someone sharing a link to their book that is entitled The Boy in the Valley by Mark Nadratowski. Let's see what we have here. Of course, all these books are suggested to me directly by the publishers themselves, whether they are representative of an indie label, small press company, or a self-published author. There is the cover. Let's check out that blurb, shall we? The Boy in the Valley is a tale that weaves together elements of fantasy, history, religion, adventure, romance, and drama into a gripping story set in the Depression-era South. In the state of Georgia, a man of great wealth named Josiah King finds himself in a fight to save a legendary valley near his land from being flooded by the Tennessee Valley Authority. This man is not an opponent of progress or big government. Rather, he has a bastard son who lives in the valley, a boy about who no one else knows, including his wife and son with her. But on his deathbed, the story must be told. And as a dying wish, he asks his older son, Thomas, to find his son and bring him home. Thomas accepts the mission, but it turns out to be far more than he bargained for. The boy, Malachi, is black, and his mother was an angel who once saved Josiah from certain death, which means the boy has powers that are dangerous to friend and foe alike. What Thomas does not know is that his mother, Annabelle, is a fallen angel, one who followed Satan out of heaven. And he has many of the same powers gifted to Malachi. But Annabelle is in love with Josiah's estranged brother, Dickie, and they work together to foil Thomas's mission and eliminate the threat to their future reign, Malachi. Other important characters will emerge, such as an outlaw named the Hangman and a beautiful young woman sent to tempt Thomas named Sarah. An epic journey commences, and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. This is a story epic in scope, with themes familiar to readers of all races, backgrounds, and ages. It is a timeless tale all readers are sure to enjoy. 8 to 18 years, 231 pages of Black and African American fantasy fiction. Black and African American historical fiction. I was getting more religious themes from that, actually. There it is. All right, let's see what's up next. From the Twitter, it says embark on a mind-bending journey through life, death, and parallel realities in life after death. Oh. This is Life After Death by P.F.S. Pardoe. Hey, what's up, Rainer? There is the cover. Let's check out the blurb. Embark on a mind-bending journey through life, death, and parallel realities in Life After Death. Join Philippa, a young woman trapped in a mundane existence until a mysterious encounter shatters her world. As her life takes a thrilling turn, she discovers hidden truths, confronts dark forces, and uncovers the secrets of a captivating underground bunker. Packed with suspense, breathtaking twists, and thought-provoking themes, this riveting tale will leave you questioning the very fabric of reality. Are you ready to unlock the door to a thrilling and unforgettable adventure? All right. There's some extra in the synopsis here. It talks about some of the themes that we'll get into in this book. You guys can check that out. 243 pages of action and adventure literary fiction, mystery, thriller, and suspense literary fiction, and contemporary literary fiction. Quite a blend. We have a blend here. All right, one more book for tonight. From Twitter says, looking for a great collection of short stories. Got lots of humor in this one. Let's see what we got. This one is called A Quick Read, Short Stories by Lynne Walker Bonner. Short stories, huh? Humor is here, along with a few poignant what might have been stories and some questions asked of life, such as, why can't we choose our own first names? How do you get rid of fleas and still maintain your sanity? What strange things happen in the night at the office? Who was the only witness who tried to come forward in the disaster? And who was the royal personage appearing out of nowhere? Here's a view of life in excerpt form. It's not a story that flows chapter to chapter. It's more a giant wedge of seemingly unrelated events based on stories or observations. The death of American malls, a boss from Hades, a narcissistic parent, the suicidal town, the sheer joy of a dancer, and just what is the theory of the universal switchboard. A quick read, short stories, and a cup of tea or a glass of whatever you like best will make you feel better. It's a connection, it's a plug-in, it's a feel-good book with a few added pangs to round out the experience. Grab it for the waiting room you dread and the beach you love. There's not a big investment of time needed here. After all, it's a quick read. A very quick read indeed at 53 pages. Got 90-minute humor and entertainment short reads here. Very nice. I like to see short stories get some spotlight. That's for sure. Short story anthologies, short story collections. I like those. All right. And those are the books, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the books for this week. You can head on over to the community tab and you can cast your vote for which one out of those 3 books you thought had the most text appeal. In other words, which one out of those 3 aforementioned titles would you be most likely to pick? That's right. And after which, if you would like to discover more from the independent market, you can head on over to my shorts tab, preferably my playlist tab, and open yourself up some mystery packs. Inside each mystery pack, there's a cover card that will reveal a book from the independent market that was recognized by the Live Free, Live Rich Network. And inside the description section of each video, you will find a link to an editorial written specifically on that book by yours truly. That's right. All right. You making dinner? All right, let's head right into the announcements. And here's a little clip of how you guys can get involved with the indie scene, aka the underground. Being a proactive supporter of independently created arts and entertainment means keeping a finger on the pulse of what's happening around the indie scene. But unfortunately, when it comes to underground activity, it's not always so easy for individual artists to be seen. So if you're tired of feeling as though you are stuck in the shadows, then I welcome you to keep me on the up and up with whatever it is you're working on, or feel free to share something that you've already made with the rest of the network on one of our 2 group servers. This is an open invitation to artists and supporters alike who simply want to focus on appreciating independently created arts and entertainment. I created both the Gilded and the Discord server as open forums, where not only are you encouraged to share your projects, but also to foster a pro-networking environment in which both creators and fans can discover one another and make connections without worrying about being in violation of some stupid rule. Cheers. Yes. I am not a fan of any stupid rule, I have to say. Now, if you guys would like to stay on the up and up with what I have going on and the entire Live Free, Live Rich brand all together, then you can head on over to my website, livefreeliverich.com. Right on the homepage, there's a little spot where you can sign up for my newsletter. Live Free, Live Rich Weekly. It's a newsletter that I send out, one newsletter every week on Saturdays that will provide you with all the pertinent links from the previous week. And then last but not least, I do have an opportunity for all my fellow writers out there in the writing community. The Storytellers Society, still accepting open submissions. This is a public collaborative project, basically an outreach program, really, for my peers in the writing community. What I'm looking for is flash fiction for this project. Flash fiction for this project is fiction that is between 500 all the way up to 2,000 words. This can be fiction that you actually have published somewhere else, so long as you own the copyright and you have the right to give me permission to republish it on my blog, where it will be free for public viewing from now and indefinitely. Just because you submit something doesn't mean that your work will automatically be published. It does need to be approved, but if approved, then you'll effectively book yourself a room at what I've dubbed the Hotel del SS, where all the members of the Storyteller Society stay. Yeah, that is an ongoing project that I'm going to keep going and keep marketing for all of those who are interested in getting involved. Basically anyone. You don't necessarily have to just be an indie author to participate in that, but really it's just another way of making some connections with people who are active, which is going to bring me right into my next and last segment for the night, which is Hot Topic for Content Creators. Hot Topic for Content Creators. This is where I pitch a hot topic to you guys, and then you guys turn around, create your own content on said topic, or else you're always welcome to join the conversations by dropping some comments down below and or checking out any of my previously pitched hot topic videos. And tonight, I'd like to talk a little bit about merit versus market. That's right. I've prepared an essay for tonight. So tonight, I'd like to say a few things in regard to the indie market specifically, and what it means to me, as well as how those things may pertain to the formation of cliques, cults, echo chambers, and circle jerks. Now, I'll also be using the term underground as sort of an interchangeable word to describe the indie scene, but by both of which, I mean any form of arts and entertainment that is not linked to corporate mainstream media. And it's important that you understand that this is the defining factor of the indie scene. Like, that is what makes a piece of work underground opposed to mainstream. I've been actively involved with the indie scene for over a decade now, and I've seen firsthand the type of nonsense innocent and unsuspecting people can get entangled in. Usually these are people of a younger crowd, but really it could be anybody who's in desperate need of external validation in order to gain a sense of belonging, which has less to do with artistry and more to do with a desire to fit in, especially when it's individuals who are easily persuaded into playing a game called follow the leader. Let's just say that I've witnessed several Pied Pipers come and go over the years. When you've been around as long as I have, you can't help but chuckle at the sheer irony of it all. But I'm not here to make fun of people who just need a friend, because Lord knows I've fallen for some pretty stupid shit over the years. What I'm saying here is that I'm coming from a place of sympathy as much as I am experience in this regard. What these young and or friendly individuals may not know is that many of these so-called leaders that pop up on the scene and rise to stardom seemingly overnight, more often than not haven't the slightest clue what the hell they're doing, and owe much of their success to backroom deals and colluding. Of course, none of them will actually possess the humility to admit that, because to do so would break the illusion that they actually care about the craft. And they aren't just courting attention for the sake of a grift. I imagine that wouldn't be very good for their businesses, the bulk of which usually comprised of monetized content, suckers spending money on something called super chats, and selling you a selection of cheap crap made in China, also known as merch. You know, the cookie cutter content creator careers that are encouraged by all the big social media corporations. Please like and subscribe and click the bell. Follow for more. Now, you could probably already tell by the tone in my voice that I don't think very highly of this kind of activity. And you would be correct in that assessment. Best believe me when I tell you that there's good reason not to. But maybe that's a hot topic for another time. You see, the main reason why I consider the indie scene a conscious choice for me is because, first and foremost, I want to remain free. For me, that is a priceless peace of mind that no amount of money can buy. When I say that I am free, I'm not just referring to complete creative control as an artist, but also the freedom to speak my mind whenever I feel moved to do so, and also have the freedom to make moves without first having to make meetings. My decisions are not beholden to the vote of shareholders or sharks, so this means I'm free to collaborate with any individual that I feel like working with. It's that simple. That's what it means to be independent. It's kind of like being a free agent. Now, just because I don't play for any specific team doesn't mean that I out and out refuse to be a team player. The point of the matter is that I recognize the indie scene as a place where individuals, aka those of us who do not subscribe to any collectivist groupthink model, can come together of our own free will and affiliate with one another based on our shared interest for various arts and entertainment. It's this very freedom of association that separates legacy media from the underground. I don't have to worry about conflict of interest when it comes to sponsorships, third-party representation, or any of that corpo bullshit. It's just a figurative place, not literally underground, that revolves around appreciating various arts and entertainment. And make no mistake about it, that is the purpose of the indie scene. Everything else that happens within the underground is something that comes as a result of individuals recognizing the actual art and entertainment first and foremost. So those of us who are in the know, as far as that notion goes, understand that it's through our active appreciation of different works of art and entertainment that individuals within the indie scene can relate with one another and form special interest groups. This is where the term subculture becomes relevant. Subcultures are typically formed from movements that are distinctly artistic. The key word here being artistic, not to be confused with autistic, which is something completely different. In other words, it's the actual works of art that form movements, not some individual's ideals. However, artists can be credited for starting particular artistic movements, but the point is that it's not about the artists themselves, but the kind of artwork that's being created. Do you get it? Music is a great example of this. An individual's taste in music might influence the way they dress, the kind of people they associate with, as well as their aesthetic appeal. But all of that may have absolutely nothing to do with their personal ideals. My freedom to associate with the indie scene, including the individuals involved with it, stems directly from my appreciation for the actual art and entertainment that comes from it. So, for that reason, subcultures in this context are not inherently recognized as religions or political affiliations, because the relationship formed between various individuals engaged in a subculture is based on the actual art or entertainment that they, as individuals, are choosing to appreciate. Now, of course, this doesn't stop some individuals from trying to infiltrate the underground scene with their politically charged and or religious movements in an attempt to recruit free agents for their personal cause. This is how the concept of free association can become dicey, let's just say. I thought about maybe listing off some specific red flags, but perhaps that's a conversation for another time. I really just wanted to focus on the positive aspects of the indie scene and share not only what it means to me as an independent artist, but also as someone who is proactively in support of the indie scene in contrast to the mainstream. Now, when it comes to various subcultures and specific special interest groups that exist within the broader underground landscape, I would say in most cases, it's probably a naturally occurring phenomenon. For example, it's only natural that there will be individuals who are interested in reading a specific genre. When that occurs, it's only natural that some of those individuals may band together of their own free will and associate with one another in the form of a niche book club that focuses on reading and discussing the actual art and entertainment of that genre. So if you can read between the lines, then basically what I'm saying is beware of ambiguity when it comes to following leaders and getting involved with special interest groups. If there's no distinct criteria, then you don't know what the hell you're getting yourself into. But if you can remain focused on appreciating specific pieces of art or entertainment without getting wrapped up in ideals, then you shouldn't have much trouble avoiding unnecessary entanglements with posers, grifters, zealots, as well as Pied Pipers in their glorified pyramid schemes. When I say that I see the indie scene or the indie market as a community-based activity, what I mean is that it's all about relating through the act of appreciating specific arts and entertainment that individuals are creating or critiquing. Hey, what's up, Sean? I caught your video before. Well, you saw that, but gave me some ideas. All right, let's get into, I'm about done here. Let's put some music on. Into the wrap things up. That is Monday Night Live. That's all I got for you guys this week. I hope y'all had some fun. Hope y'all discovered something new, but don't fret, because guess what? I will be back here for you next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Pacific. But until then, keep it classy.
This offended my sensibilities.